Good morning, welcome back to Melly Loves Death Metal. Gonna do a video today showing off more cassettes. Again, this is probably gonna be like the hefty load of my channel, probably for a few weeks, maybe months, because trying to think of the last vinyl purchase I made, and it's actually out for delivery today, so I'm pretty excited about it. It was pre-order, so I've been waiting on it for a couple months now, but I went shopping on Dissonant Tapes after I did my video a couple weeks ago because I noticed that he got a bunch of new stuff in, some old school classics that I have never had on cassette tape, and I've always wanted them in my tape collection. I've either owned them on a CD or a burned CD that I've gotten over the years. Nothing like officially in my collection as like a nice like real format release or whatever. But anyway, excuse my dog who is just going to town on his bone over here. So, but he's content and he's not barking, so I'll take it. That is Duke for anybody that is new to this channel. So I bought a bunch of tapes off of Andrew. They came in yesterday. Again, these are just all hole fillers, things that are not, new or rare. Or you're going to know pretty much all these releases, but I've never owned them on cassette tape, so wanted them in the collection. I figured I just would make a big haul and purchase it. So let's go ahead and get started. This one needs absolutely no introduction, and neither does this one. So I recently just got these on vinyl because they just were reissued on Agonia and Listenable Records. So two different vinyl pressing editions for these albums. All-time favorite death metal albums right here, especially this one is like probably like my number 2 favorite death metal album of all time. So this is on Megatherion, and this is a officially licensed pressing from Roadrunner Records. Megatherion is a label out of Brazil, so this is like a Brazilian pressing. I snagged it right away. It's like, hey, yeah, why not? Because trying to find the old like OG copies of this is incredibly hard, and they're super expensive, like $100 tapes. And yes, I would definitely buy them, but for now, I will be happy for this. And they sound great. I listened to them yesterday when I got them in. Very nice J card, really nice quality. So there you go. So obviously this one is Retribution by Malevolent Creation. If you don't know who Malevolent Creation are, stop watching my videos, go listen to their music, and then come back. Because, again, all-time classic. And then here is Ten Commandments, their first album. Right here, again, same label, the Brazilian label. Nice translucent tape with the orange print on there. And then the J card, which is really nice. Really nicely done. Nice quality. Nice and thick. Glossy J card here with the lyrics. So yeah, it's a really nicely done reissue. I don't know when these actually came out. Is there a date on them? 2024. So it looks like they were reissued last year. So yeah, I want to look on Dissonant Tapes to see if these are still available. I believe, no, I don't think they are. I think these actually sold out pretty quick when he posted them on social media. But I'm sure you can probably find them on Discogs, or they're around. Again, these reissues are everywhere now. Malevolent Creation finally is reissuing their catalog, which is nice because they were hard to get before. So the next is actually an unofficial release, so it's a boot from a newer bootlegger label called Boot Thrower Tapes. Looks like they've only gotten 3 pressings out so far. So this is Pyrexia's System of the Animal, their second full-length album from 97. So yeah, Pyrexia, obviously needs no introduction on this channel. One of the best brutal death metal bands ever from New York. This is one of my all-time favorite brutal death metal albums. It's a nice black pearl printed tape. This is really nicely done, I will say. I've owned this on CD in the past, but it was a burned copy that I just had forever, and I never really actually like tried to go out of my way to get like an actual like real pressing of it. And again, this is the unofficial release, so I don't really technically have an official pressing of it yet, but I'll get there. But yeah, it sounds good. It's a nice pressing. And Boot Thrower is on Discogs for right now. Like I said, they only have 3 issues out so far. Sometimes these bootlegger labels, whatever you want to call them, get blocked from Discogs, but for right now they're skating under the radar, and hopefully I don't change that. But they've reissued Impaled's Mondo Medical on tape last year, as well as Iniquity, which I may or may not have bought a copy of that because I don't own it. And then Pyrexia's. So they actually, looks like they pressed 2 different versions. There's my dog about to bark. Is she gonna start barking? There goes, now there he goes. Yep. I probably should have closed my office door. What's up, Duke? What'd you hear? I didn't hear anything. Well, Dolly hears something, so she's gonna start yipping about something. Anyway. There we go. So yeah, Pyrexia's, again, this was a unofficial release. I don't buy a whole lot of unofficial releases, but it is what it is. This was easy to get. Actually, I was curious to see. Let me see. Is somebody at our door? Was it the ring? It was. The ring just went off. So somebody walked by our door and she heard it. And now it's like all alarms going off. I'm going to kill you, or I want you to know that I'm here. Anyway, let's look up this Pyrexia album because I believe it's relatively expensive to get, at least on cassette. I think I've seen... Oh my God, Dolly, chill, doggo. I think I've seen it on CD circulating lately. That was just reissued. Yeah, that's on there. Dissonant Tapes has got this on there. But for the most part, there's not a whole lot of copies of this. Yeah, this is the only tape copy on Discogs right now, and that's from Dissonant Tapes. So if you want it, go snag it. But for the most part, it's all the CDs. And I believe that either I saw a boot of this, or it's actually an official release going around lately, but they're expensive. They're like $50, $90 for the CD. The cheapest one is $30. But it comes from Indonesia, so yeah. Pathologically Explicit Recordings. Is that a boot place? Spanish metal label. So maybe not. So yeah, it looks like it's been reissued on CD, but it's still expensive. So again, this is how I got it. But yeah, definitely one of those albums that I am looking to get an official copy of someday. But for now, I'm happy with that. She's back now. She's in her cat mode. Next is a whole filler from a Hemorrhage collection, and I guess you could say Impaled too. I have always wanted this in my collection. This is one of the splits that I don't own for Hemorrhage, and I have close to everything by them, but this is Hemorrhage and Impaled that originally came out. Oh God, when did this come out? Let me look it up. I'm fucking blanking now. It was a long time ago, but this is one of the splits that I've been wanting in my collection for a long time. It came out in 2003. Dementia Rex is what the split is called, as you can see right there. And so this is on a Witch Hammer Productions, which is a label out of Thailand, I think. Yes, Thailand. And they... Essentially, this is the only cassette pressing of this split. It's been put out on CD and LP, but one that I've been hunting for a while. The CD was originally on Razorback Records, and then the LPs have been like Power It Up, and then a CD is Splatter Zombie Records. So, but this has not been repressed since 2018, which was like CDs and stuff like that. So anyway, 2003, Witch Hammer production, Hemorrhage and Impaled, Dementia Rex. So yeah, this was an instant buy as soon as I saw it available. I've been wanting this in my collection. I listened to it today. It sounds good. Just an amazing split. 2 amazing bands. Hemorrhage is like one of my all-time favorite bands. And then Impaled is just simply iconic. Both sides of the split are so good. So yeah, I'm pumped that I finally have this. I've been, like I said, this is like one of the like 3 Hemorrhage splits that I don't own right now. Historically, I've only been buying Hemorrhage on vinyl and CD. This is the second tape, no, yeah, second tape I've owned now because I have one of their demo boots too. But yeah, eventually I'll start trying to snag cassette tapes for Hemorrhage, but right now I've just been focusing on vinyl and CD, but I snagged this as soon as I saw it. So yeah, awesome stuff. This was a super big pickup for me. I was really excited to get that in the mail. The first one that I played as soon as I unpackaged it. So another hole filler. So I actually did buy this on CD last year, but I saw the cassette tape was sitting there, and this is again one of my all-time favorite brutal death metal albums, and that is Sepsism with Pyrexia Decomposition, Gorehouse Productions pressing. So yeah, these were reissued, I believe, last year on CD and on cassette tape. Actually, no, 2 years ago. Sorry. Gorehouse has these in stock still. So and there's also some LPs as well. So if you want the LP, the tape, or the CD, Gorehouse Productions, they're there. I snagged this off Disney Tapes because I just threw it into my package. But again, I bought the CD last year, but the cassette tape was mandatory. I like to own some of these like my all-time favorite albums like on the cassette tape format, because that's just, I don't know, this is from 98, but anyway, I just thought it'd be cool to add. I love, like I said, I mentioned in like several videos ago that I love my cassette tape collection, and I rarely sell anything from it, and every once in a while I'll do trades or I'll sell off duplicates, but for the most part I have a lot of cassettes that I don't plan on ever getting rid of. This is the like most nostalgic collection that I have, and I've been really enjoying building it up. So yeah, there's the tape, really nice sticker print on there. I love this album. I'm going to do my favorite brutal death metal albums video. I'll probably record it next week. I've been trying to think about like, oh, here are my favorite brutal death metal albums that are not Defeated Sanity, stuff like that, like bands that you would expect to see on there, and try to make it a little bit more obscure, but it's hard because it's so like popular right now. Like Mortal Decay is so popular right now. Sepsism is really popular now because all these reissues are coming out. Like, so like it's kind of hard. So it'd be hard to like do something super obscure. Like I could do an obscure favorite brutal death metal list, but I still think that it would be well known, because I think there's just been so many of those videos that have been made recently that nothing would be really that obscure, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to do a general, here are my favorite brutal death metal albums of all time. And it's going to be a lot of the things that you would expect on there, but also maybe some stuff that might be a little bit newer to you as well. So yeah, Sepsism will definitely be on there. I love this album to death. So good. And then finally, the last thing that I picked up as a hole filler. Now, we know this has kind of been a trend on my channel lately because of all the reissues that have been coming out for Sickening Erotic Fantasism and Forensic, but I did pick up this one, the blueprint for Blood Splatter. They're the latest Mortal Decay album from 2013. This is a Comatose pressing, and it is limited to 100, and I got, the case kind of was a pain in the ass, I got number 70 out of 100. So here's the tape. Again, I've been getting my Mortal Decay collection up. I still need to get Cadaver Art, which has only been out on CD. It was out on Unique Leader, so who knows if I'll be able to find that for a decent price, because those older Unique Leader pressings can tend to go pretty expensive. And then I need to get the Brutalizing Creations and Grisly Aftermath and Dawn of Misery, like all those earlier demos. So eventually I'll get them. But yeah, I picked this up. Comatose is an amazing label. I love that he's from North Carolina, and when I order anything from him, which there is a CD coming in the mail, I'll have it tomorrow. It gets here in like 2 days. Like, his shipping is super fast. Nice glossy J card. But yeah, I really like this album. Yeah, when people think Mortal Decay, they think of Sickening Erotic Fantasism and Forensic. I quite enjoy this album too. I listen to it a lot. And now I have it on cassette. So I'll be listening to that way. So yeah, pretty good pickups here. All classics, nothing that needed introductions on. Some of these are probably still available on Dissonant Tapes. I know some are definitely gone now. I probably snagged the last copies, to be honest with you, because he's had them up front as his page for a couple of weeks now. But yeah, pretty nice fat stack right there of just hole filling my cassette tape collection. Again, you know, just nothing too out of the ordinary. Showing off what everybody has pretty much already shown off on their videos, but I don't think I've ever shown off any of these. Well, except for Malevolent Creation. I don't think maybe I showed off the Sepsism CD last year when I got it. But anyway, yeah, that's all I have. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a great week. I'm getting tons of packages in this week now. So finally getting some content in. People have been sending me stuff. I've been doing trades. So like I said, I've got some pre-orders coming in now. So the content's going to be picking up for a while, and then it'll probably slow down again. But yeah, I posted a post in my community posting about some questions that people have been asking me. And go ahead and check that out. I'll link it in the description if you didn't see it. I was going to make a video and talk about it, but I was like, nah, whatever. I'll just answer it this way. And show you guys music instead. So I'll link Dissonant Tapes in the description. I don't think I need to link any of these albums. Literally, everybody pretty much knows these albums, right? So, but go ahead and check out Dissonant Tapes. Some of these still might be available, but again, if not, just check Discogs, check around. They make the rounds. But Dissonant Tapes is always one of the first places to get some of these reissues that are coming from different labels that are not in the US or even bootlegs. He tends to get them first. So he's got a good radar of what to put into his distro, and then they don't last long at all, which for good reason they shouldn't. So anyway, that's all. I'll see you guys in the next one.